Well, after a warm and wet November, followed by a cold and snowy December, we're left with a couple questions. What does winter have left in store for January? So let's go ahead and get more insight with research scientist at MIT, Judah Cohen, who is joining us now. Judah, welcome back. You've joined us a couple of times, especially last month, with some of your winter predictions for the month of December. Can you start by telling us what your main takeaways have been from the early start of the winter season?
Yeah, always a pleasure to be here. So thank you for having me. So far, I would say the big player, the headline has been the polar vortex stretching and then relaxing. So when it stretches out, we get the cold weather. Relaxes, it gets mild. So you were before the ski house segment talking about all the warm temperatures and all the hundreds of millions of Americans with above normal temperatures. So we have a more circular, stronger polar vortex. So that's kind of related to the mild weather. But I think what I've been calling rinse, lather, repeat, I see that continuing. So there's another stretched polar vortex for next week, and I expect it to turn colder again. Miles don't look all that impressive with it. I think maybe in the end it'll be a little bit colder. And then I think after that there'll be another stretch polar vortex, and that one looks certainly, even the models are showing that to be much more impressive. So as we head into the kind of the heart of winter, the coldest time of year, looks like we're going to get some pretty significant Arctic air is going to build up in Canada, and I expect that will come down, into the United States. Some places have been snowy, but we really haven't had any big storms, kind of like classical nor'easters. I think also the pattern could set up to be stormier. So, Vermont, as you were showing, has a lot of snow, but that's kind of orographic. And obviously the lake effect have also made a lot of headlines, but they haven't been really kind of your classical snowstorms associated with a large or deep low pressure system. So I'm waiting for that to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, when it comes to long-term forecasting and meteorology, you give us a week out, we've got you covered. But when it comes to 1-2 months out, sometimes things can get a little bit murky. You gave us a brief synopsis of what you were thinking coming into, let's say, the rest of January and February. But is there any other specific models that you look at that maybe viewers or weather enthusiasts would want to add to their Rolodex of stuff? Because you also are really passionate about some of the new emerging technologies, introduction of AI into long-term weather forecasting.
Yeah. So I've talked previously about our AI model, newly developed. We're in a contest that's being sponsored by the ECMWF. They are the makers or the creators of the best, acknowledged best weather models in the world. And we were leading the pack at the time, but they announce contest winners every season. So for the fall season, we did win. So feel really proud of that. And we're also leading in the new season in the winter. So it's obviously a long ways to go, but so far the model seems to be holding up. Also, I have a kind of your father's AI model for seasonal forecasting. I haven't talked about it really so much, but it's based on Arctic Predictor snow cover and sea ice. And that's also, doing really well. Again, I don't want to, when I first talked about the AI model, I'd say I don't want to spike the football before crossing the goal line. And so we got half a winter left, at least a little more than half a winter left. Right. But so I think that model has certainly performed very well, in the past years. And I think it's doing really well. It's looking good anyway so far.
Well, it's really incredible, some of the research that you've done, and just understanding how everything is interconnected. My last question for you, really quick. You often in mid-November, you go and you analyze the Siberian snowpack, and that kind of helps as a predictor for some of the early winter snowfall patterns for the U.S. How did that methodology perform this year? Was it right on target yet again, or do you think that there could be some other factors to this?
So far, I think it's doing really well. I may not be the most objective person, but the proof is in the pudding, or the proof of the pudding is in the eating, however you want to say it. That forecast, was put on I have a weather blog, was put on the weather blog in November. People can go check it. Siberian snow cover is the first predictor that we don't have that many predictors in the model. But Siberian snow cover, is the one where it started. It was the first one we actually incorporated into the model, and I think it's doing really well. It's a hemispheric. I do think that the polar vortex isn't localized to one region. It's hemispheric in its breadth, and its impact. So I try to emphasize that part. But yeah, I think but you might have to ask other people. But again, people can go check out the forecast, see how it verifies in the end. But so far I think it's performing exceptionally well, given how challenging it is to make a 3-month forecast, and how poorly to be quite honest, how the competition, whatever you want to, how you want to define the forecast, but how the competition has been doing.
Well, it's really exciting, all of the new advancements in meteorology, especially that you and your team are putting together with these new AI models and just different models in general. So Judah, Cohen, thanks so much. We really appreciate you joining and sharing your winter expertise. Again, that's a research scientist at MIT, Judah Cohen.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize, the pattern we have coming up, I don't want to kind of downplay it. I mean, it has a lot of potential. I mean, I've rarely seen a kind of such a loaded pattern coming, not for this upcoming week, but in the kind of certainly the second half of January. So, potential doesn't mean it really, delivers much, but it has a lot of potential.
Yeah, well, you know what? I love a good potential, and it's going to be fantastic to see how everything plays out the rest of this winter season.
Yeah.
Judah, thank you.
Thank you.